Here's my web quest, Plateau the Beautiful. This web quest is designed to address a gap that we had in our social studies, which was learning local geographic features. I want to just start with the teacher page to point out a couple of things. There I posted the California standards with which the web quest is aligned. So particularly 3.11, identify geographical features in their local region, ergo deserts, mountains, valleys, hills, coastal areas, oceans, lakes, and trace the ways in which people have used the resources of the local region and modified the physical environment. The web quest touches on some of the issues of deforestation and erosion, and kids are asked to respond to that. And there's a workbook that you can download right here that gives just a framework that can be used as a scaffolding for kids that need a little bit of extra structure. So here's the workbook, an introductory page where they record their secretary, illustrator, and head researcher. And then each one of these pages corresponds with the steps in the process. So they are supposed to write some sentences and do an illustration for each page. And at the end, they respond in a way that they can use, that they personally can do to protect the beauty of the plateau. And then here's my grading rubric at the end of the workbook. It's also posted, of course, on the rubric page. So let's go back to the web quest. And just one final little extra. This is a lovely video, a praise song. Nagode means thank you in Hausa, and it really shows off some of the beauties of Plateau State. So that's just an extra. So let's go to the task. Sorry, we did skip the introduction, didn't we? All right, let's go to the introduction. And of course, I try to hook kids in. Welcome to Plateau State, Nigeria in West Africa. In this web quest, you will explore unique geographical features of the Jos Plateau with biozones ranging from rainforest to dry savanna to volcanic cones. You will visit several web pages with your small group and make a book about the things you learn. Let's go on a geographical safari. So let's go to the task page. This picture is showing dry season, how brown everything gets, but it still has a very stark beauty. So many things make the Jos Plateau a beautiful and unique place. As a small group, you're going to write and illustrate a small book about it. In your group, you'll choose a person to be a secretary, an illustrator, and a head researcher who will help keep track of the sites you are visiting and keep the group focused. Now, in my mind, these are a way to differentiate because students will have their own strength. And I'm going to really try to mix my groups so that kids that are more organized and motivated will end up being the head researchers, and kids that are drawn to illustration and art, which I don't have too many of in this particular class, but I do have some kids that can draw some very cute pictures and nice, neat pictures. So, and then the secretary will be a strong writer. Every person in the group reads the material at each website and summarizes with each other what they found most interesting. The secretary writes down what the group agrees are the most important characteristics of that geographical feature. I took all the photographs on this website myself, by the way. So visit each website below, read and summarize the information you found most important or interesting with your group members. Help your secretary formulate what to write down as complete, powerful sentences. And then I just give a quick instruction on how to get back to this page. So first they're going to choose their group members and write them down in their book. And here, this is an introduction to the Jos Plateau, this particular page. They learn about savanna, which is what a lot of the plateau consists of. Volcanic cones, there's a bunch of beautiful pictures and sort of a travel log. And what in the world is an Inselberg? Well, I've been really blessed to be able to have gone to Wase Rock, and this picture is from miles away. I mean, it's a very huge rock that just thrusts out of the ground, and when you're at the foot of it, you just look straight up at this wall. And it actually was a volcanic plug, and the volcanic cone eroded away from around it. There's really nothing left of it, just the plug. They also learn about rainforest. Now there's just little tiny patches of rainforest left, and children learned there that deforestation, on this page, that deforestation, Nigeria actually leads the world in deforestation now. And there's a few different pages about that. And then just about the highest mountains on the plateau, and that they are a massif, and a paragraph about erosion. So after reading all the information on the website, step 4 is to come up with a problem that Jos Plateau faces, which you read about, and one or more practical actions you can take in order to preserve the beauty and diversity of Jos Plateau. I'm hoping that kids will come up with not just, picking up trash and not cutting down trees, but something that we can actually do as a class. So after visiting all the sites, they began working on their actual book. And I encourage them to maybe try to do some infographics, which is something that we've learned about in our language arts program. So for evaluation, I posted the rubric here as well. And sorry, the internet is not very speedy here. So we're waiting for that page to change. There we go. So the rubric is based on content, illustrations, understanding demonstrated, and conventions. So the conclusion page says, wow, you've learned a lot about the fascinating geographical features of the Jos Plateau and come to appreciate more the beauty and wonder where we have here. Don't forget what you learned and what you will do to keep Plateau beautiful. So I'm looking forward to doing the web quest with my students, and here is the URL if you would like to give it a try with your own. Thank you very much.